Welcome back to another episode of Cats Out the Bag. Today, I have another person that's gonna. I called it tutorials last time. It's not really a tutorial, it's more so interviews for people with businesses that wanna. Just want to get the word out there because I feel like there's a lot. I have a lot of women that come here and everybody has a business now.
Right.
And I feel like no one is doing this.
And thank you for that, because that's so true. We definitely need more of this.
So, for the people that don't know who you are, introduce yourself and tell them a little bit like what you do.
I'm Zaria. I have a makeup business called Beat by Xar. Follow Beat by Xar on Instagram. Um, and that's me.
So, did you build this from the ground up?
So, funny story. Being that we're in this room, I actually got the idea to start doing makeup in this room. I was getting my hair done. It was a hair studio. Most people might know, like before this. I used to come to my friend, and every time I would get my hair done, he's like, "It's Duke." He'd be
Yeah.
like, "How you doing?" Like, and I would always complain about my job at the time. So he was like, "If you don't like it, like, what do you like?"
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we started talking about it. I'm like, if I were to do anything and not have a problem with it, it would be makeup. So, but I was telling him like I didn't go to cosmetology school, blah blah blah. He's like, that's not the end all be all. He encouraged me to take some makeup classes. So I actually got my certification and I started taking classes with like different makeup artists who are like on Instagram and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my favorites. So that's how it got started. Shout out to Duke. I love you, Duke.
Shout out to Duke. He's been on here before.
Yeah, I seen him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So and he's still a big like part of it because like the encouragement and stuff like that I get, it means everything. So that's pretty much how it started. And
Yeah.
honestly, it just went from there. The more I do it, the more word of mouth and referrals and stuff like that I get. So it's been going great so far.
Were you skeptical at first to like go into this new industry?
I definitely was, because I didn't want to make it seem like I wanted to do something just to do it. I'm really just doing it because it's not really, people say like, to have a business to make money and things like that. But for me, this is what I love to do. And I think of my job as like that, like
Yeah.
side hustle type thing. So it's really just a passion behind it. I was skeptical because I didn't know like if anyone would even come to me to get their makeup done. But honestly, surprisingly, like a lot of people reach out and they want me to do their makeup. So it's been great so far. Like
The
I
next
said.
question is, when did you develop like this passion for makeup? You always had it?
So I kind of always had it because I wanted to know, I've always wanted to know how to do makeup on myself. So I had a makeup artist that I was going to in Long Island, and they didn't really do like super glam like I would want. And I think it was because it's hard to do makeup on brown skinned women.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that I had to like figure out how to do it myself. Um, so that was really the drive behind it. What was the question that you asked? Where was I going with this?
Your passion.
My passion. So I realized it was my passion when I actually went and took the classes in person. Like I went 2 years ago and I did an in person class with Shirley Beats in Dubai. So that was actually when I realized like, oh, you're actually good at this, so you should keep going. So
Yeah.
getting the certification, I didn't really get the hands-on skills, but I got to learn a lot about like hygiene and things like that. Um, the color wheel, skin tones, a lot of stuff you wouldn't learn from just watching YouTube and stuff like that. So the certification coupled with taking the in-person class with Shirley Beats and continuing to take classes with like different makeup artists that I see that I'm encouraged by, um, that's how I knew it was sort of a passion, because I never got tired of it. So I'm not tired of it yet. I don't think I'm ever gonna get tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's super fun to me. Like being in a world where you have to like do something, you can't just like sit around.
Right.
Working is not always it. So I find it like a way to escape from work and real life. So I'm glad I found something that I could like, do on the side to make me come back to real life, kind of center me a little bit, because the 9 to 5 thing, it gets crazy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Were you always like an artistic person?
No. I always wish I could draw, but I would draw and like, but I'm not like an artist. So it's funny because everybody thinks that because I do makeup, I could draw.
Mm-hmm.
but I can't.
Well, have you ever tried painting?
I love painting. I do love painting.
That
So,
usually
like,
goes
yeah,
hand in hand.
definitely. But yeah, I do think of it as like, painting someone's face.
Mm-hmm.
So I see where that comes in. But like, I do wish I was like super artistic. In class, like, I would be the one, like, I would think that my project would be so great going into school, and then someone has like a really great project, and then
Yeah.
it'd be like,
There's always
guess it
that
wasn't
one
that
kid
great.
that's like really good
Hey,
at
freaking
drawing animes and
overachiever.
shit.
What are you doing? We're in school.
Right.
I'm gonna start while we get
Yeah, go ahead.
while we chat.
So when you got into this, do you feel like you wanted to get into the game more because there was not that many makeup artists that are good on brown skin?
Yes, and really because I knew that Long Island, we don't really have too many makeup artists out here. Everyone's in Queens, Brooklyn, out west. So I'm like, not only
they're in like the Hamptons.
Right, right. So I had the one girl that was like doing my makeup. She even like traveled for me one time when I was in the city. She came all the way out to me. But like I said, it just wasn't. I knew what Long Island was offering, so I knew if anything, at least I could have like some sort of clientele. Being that I'm from Long Island, it's honestly not as competitive as being in the city. So I did see like some sort of hope there. But really just thing to where I wanted to like bring this here for us, like in Long Island, and people are actually pretty grateful because we have like what like 2 or 3 makeup artists in Long Island I know of. So, you know, we definitely needed this. And
The ones I really knew of were like in Max.
yeah,
Like they had those, you could like get like products, and then you could
and I did that for I think I did that for one of my proms. I want to say like one of my proms I went to MAC and I had them like put my makeup on. But even that, when I went, and I did it at Ulta one time too, but it was like a girl from Longwood actually did my makeup, and I'm like, not a makeup artist. What you doing?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you could honestly fake it till you make it.
Yep.
So I'm like, no. And then I noticed that like a lot of people that are out here, for me, I'm big on, like, I was a CNA, so I'm like big on hygiene, and I feel like makeup is like something so you can't just be doing anything. Like, don't put the same thing on my lips that you put on someone else's.
Yes.
Like, clean your products. So I just knew that I could offer a different level of service, like something more that different age ranges and different wants would gravitate to. Not only with like hygiene and stuff like that, but doing what you asked for. A lot of makeup artists have one style and they don't know how to get away from that style. So they do a face and every face looks the same. So I was trying more so to fill a void for people who are looking for like different things. And then even people who don't know that they're even looking for makeup. I have a lot of like family and friends who me doing makeup like is inspiring them to wear makeup.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes makeup. I don't think you should wear it all the time. I get that. But sometimes you want to wear it. Like sometimes you see the purpose of it. So I feel like I let people know that no, it doesn't have to be like super glam, super serious, but you can get makeup on your face and still feel like yourself. You could still feel like you're under there.
Yeah.
And feel comfortable and beautiful.
I love makeup.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. So, fun fact, back in the day, because I paint, I'm like a artist, I guess you would say. I haven't done it in a while. I've had a artist block.
Yeah.
But I was going to school for makeup, and then I was an idiot. Like I was young, and I was really close with my cousins at the time, and they just recently moved to Florida, and my parents were like, "You could go to Florida and visit them, but if you do, you have to go into CNA school.
Ooh.
But if not, you can stay, and we'll put you through the Paul Mitchell makeup school."
Ooh.
And I chose Florida. Now I'm in nursing school. So, like, it all ended up working out, but, like, I always, like, regretted it.
Yeah? You wish
Always.
that you took them up on their offer.
Oh, my God. I would have been making so much more money.
Girl. And that's what I didn't, like, I wish I went to BOCES for CNA, I should have went to cosmetology, but I didn't know
Me
that
either.
I liked makeup at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I regret it all the time. My cousin was just in cosmetology school and she stopped going. I'm like, no, there's so
Especially
much money.
now,
Yeah.
like the people doing lashes and
Right.
all that stuff, like you could make a killing.
Literally. And it's referrals and everything like that.
Yep.
Instagram, social media. You could do anything. Hair, makeup, whatever it is, and people want these services. Whereas, like a while ago you want to do things yourself, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
now people are noticing like, yeah, I could do it myself, but I could also pay for the service. Like, even when I'm getting my hair done, sometimes, I could do it myself, but majority of the time, I want to go to Duke. Like, let him do it
And
for me.
you want to know, it's so much fun going to someone else.
Right.
Like it feels like self care in a way.
It is. It's
like it's just
therapeutic.
oh yes.
Sometimes I want, like, the only reason I would go to a makeup artist to get my makeup done too. I see, like, different makeup artists do it all the time. Like, top girls will go to, the next top girl
Mm-hmm.
because you don't always want to do it yourself. I, just don't have time. But, like, for my birthday this year, I already know who I'm going to. Like, I'm not going to, like, sometimes just get it done for you.
Yeah. Sometimes, like we were saying before, the Ultas and the Mac, they have the hidden makeup artists there. They were Westfield Mall in the city.
Really?
I think that's what it's called. Not Westfield Mall. The one in Nassau.
Roosevelt Field?
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Roosevelt Field Mac. There's a couple of
They
there's
got
a
the
couple of
girls
girls
in
there.
Wow.
Yo, they're nasty.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think she has to be like a celebrity makeup artist by now.
Wow.
We went there on a whim, randomly got paired with her. All of us ended up going.
Do you know
to
her name?
I have her on Instagram, but she has red hair.
You know what's crazy? And probably shouldn't mention this, but one of them Macs, I don't know if it was in New York, so don't let me tell no lies, but there was a Mac that gave someone, not that you want to hear this while I'm doing makeup, but gave someone ocular herpes.
So did Ulta.
Get the heck out of here.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
You have to watch out. So my cousin used to work at this Ulta, and she was telling me a story about how like sometimes they have, like you said, like it could be a random person that does your makeup that isn't a makeup artist.
Yeah.
So they had like this old head doing makeup, and my cousin does makeup. Wow. So she was like watching her like switch the stuff and handing it to the other older woman across the thing and using it on the same person.
No.
Different people at the same time.
That's disgusting.
So they got something. I don't think it was that, but I think it was like pink eye or some crazy shit. Equally as bad.
Literally. And people don't deserve that. So for me, it's like, I wouldn't want to go to someone who does things that I wouldn't do. So it makes me just want to, like, be really selective. And I honestly, like, encourage people to come to me for those reasons because I know that there's people out here doing crazy things. Like, you're going in their, like, personal space to get your makeup done. There's, like, not conducive settings. So it's like, no. You got to make it an all-around experience, like, no matter what. Or at least try. But people get away with it because, you got friends, you got people that you know, and they're just going to recommend you. But I want to be known for, like, providing good service. Like, I don't want anyone to be scared about my makeup brushes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, clean your makeup brushes. Ew. I know this girl, she's right here, like, and everyone goes to her, but every time, can't say too much, but every time I see her doing makeup, it's with a brush that was already used. I think that's horrendous. Like,
horrendous.
That's disgusting. But she's getting away with it because she makes her face look nice. Like, that's risky.
Yeah.
It works for some people, though.
I guess it works if they don't know.
Right. Or if, nothing's happened yet, they're not going to consider that.
So for the people that might want to know, what have you used on my face?
Right now, so far I used micellar water. I don't know how to pronounce it, like, sue me, but that to, like, cleanse your face. Then I used CeraVe lotion, to moisturize your skin. And then I used Elf Grip Me primer. I put some pencil to fill in your eyebrows, concealer to shape them, and now I'm using powder, and I'm gonna go do some shadow. Do you have like a specific look you usually go for, or?
Um, I always do a smoky eye.
Okay, cool. Do you do like
I'm
shimmers or
I'm
solid?
down for whatever.
Okay,
Do whatever you want.
cool.
So, in your regular life, who would you say? Do you have like a role model?
Oh, my sister.
Oh, not the
She's in the
cameraman.
studio, guys. Yeah, she's the cameraman today. Um, honestly, I guess that would really be it. She aside from our mom, she's my role model because she's my role model because she's the good kid. So like, of course she's gonna be my role model. But like through everything, like I would always be the one like trying to be ahead of my time, and she helps pull me back.
Yeah.
Pull the reins in so I could like focus on real life because sometimes you rush things and sometimes you get a little too crazy. But she's always been so level headed. It's like, oh, I can relax. Okay, I get it. And she's a shut up. And she's a go getter. So
If you didn't do this, what do you think you would do?
be miserable at my government job. It's really just after high school, I went to Stony Brook. After Stony Brook, I'm like, this bachelor's is not making me enough money. Then I went and got my master's. And then I'm like, this job is not fun. Like, no matter how much money it makes you, like, you don't want to be miserable. So honestly, if it wasn't makeup, I would just be like I am now, still on the side, working my way up the ladder in my profession because you still need health insurance, still got to live a regular life, but maybe one day, you know, it could be at a point where the makeup's not just for fun because regardless of the fact that I make money, it's really just for fun right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna pay any bills. Like, so, real life, I guess, unfortunately. But I do, not that real life is bad, but like I said, I'm glad I found an outlet to it because
Yes.
you got to do it regardless.
So what do you do other than this?
I'm a revenue agent,
What is that?
like a auditor with the IRS.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I'm the bad guy that nobody wants to talk to and the person that you don't answer his phone calls. I harass people and tell them that they owe the IRS money. Who wants to do that?
Is that negative? Like, do you feel like that brings negativity into your life? Having
Yeah,
to do that all
because
the
I
time?
wouldn't want nobody telling me I owed money, so like I don't want to be that person in someone's life, like
Yeah.
ruining their day. That sucks. So it's good that I could like find a balance to where I'm making someone's day, like when I do makeup or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's totally not the coolest thing in the world.
Have you ever had to serve someone? Do you have to do that?
Yeah, I issue summonses.
Like
If someone's really,
people?
if someone's really not answering, you have to go to their door. Dangerous crap.
Yeah.
Like,
You get a gun?
wants to? And that's the funny part. When I was starting the job, what's really funny is that when I was little, my mom worked for the IRS, so I always would say like,
My grandma too.
My dream job.
Yes.
Like, why didn't she shake me and tell me no?
Yeah. My grandma told me she was a detective her whole life.
Really?
Because of that.
Wow.
I don't know if that's exactly what she did, but she did something like that.
She could have been a revenue officer.
Maybe.
I thought they get guns, but even when I became a revenue agent, I'm like, where's my piece at? You feel me? Like, no.
How are you gonna go to someone's house without a piece?
They laughed. They're like, ha ha ha, you don't get that. I'm like, oh really? And exactly, how are you sending me to someone's house? But then they'll tell you stories about how you got to be careful because
what if it's a killer or something? They take you in.
Someone died. They got shot with a shotgun.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sorry for the horror story.
I'd be like, I quit.
Sorry for the horror story. It's really not cool. So you hope you don't have to do things like that. You really go to someone's house when they're not answering. But regardless, if like their business is in their house, you have to go to their house to like do the interview and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you're building a good relationship from the time you're on the phone with them. You're making sure they're not a creep. But you don't know what you're walking into. People are weird. But that's why you could also have the interview like at the office and stuff like that. A bunch of different stuff that you can do. But overall, I would say get a new career. The only way to settle it is to get a new career.
How many makeup, like how many faces have you done in a day?
So, a couple weeks ago, I did a fashion show for Stony Brook University, where I actually
Ooh.
graduated from. So that was pretty cool. My cousin is in their Caribbean, it's like a Caribbean cultural club and stuff like that. So they have fashion shows from time to time. And when I first started, I wanted her to like, I'm like, have them use me as a makeup artist. Like, tell them to use me. Because she would like come to me, get her makeup done, and then go to the show. So I'm like, tell them that they need to use me. For the first like 2 semesters that she was doing the first 2 semesters she was doing the shows, like she would tell them to reach out. They would say they were gonna, but like they had, their own people that they were dealing with, so it never really got around to having a need for me, like due to the size or due to whoever they had. But this year, a spot actually opened up, and I got to be one of the makeup artists, one out of three for their fashion show. So um, that day I did 15 faces, and when I was doing it, I'm like, thank God they didn't pick me in the past because back then I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like there was so much that I needed to learn about timing. Back then I wouldn't do a face as quick. Um, there was so much I needed to learn that you wouldn't have learned without the practice that I had like throughout the couple of years that I've been doing it. So um, I was fighting for my life. That was the hardest thing I
What
ever
kind of
did.
looks did you have to do?
Um, they were different. Some of them were soft glam, and then some of them were full glam with shimmer on the eyelids, rhinestones around the eyes, and regardless of what they're getting, you're trying to do it in 25 to 30 minutes, but not everyone could get done in that time, honestly. There was one makeup artist there. She was so good. Um, Paints by Jade. Um, she was so nice too. That's the only reason I shot her out just now. Because there's a lot of makeup artists who are like, like think they're cool. They're not gonna talk to you, try to intimidate you and stuff like that. But she was so cool.
I feel like there's so many.
Yeah, yeah. In Long Island too. But for me, it's like there's no reason to be like that. You have your clients, I have my clients. You're not a celebrity. Cut it out.
Right.
She was doing faces so quick. Every time I turn around, she's done with the face. I'm like, oh my goodness. But when I went over and talked to her, she's like, I'm like, how long have you been doing this? You're like really quick and really good. You've been doing it for 9 years. So I know that, eventually you'll get around to being that quick and, doing it with your eyes closed. But I want to take a class with her because regardless of what you know, it's always good to keep perfecting and keep learning new skills from other people. So that day was the most clients I've ever done. Before that, it was like 6 in a day. I had a family. I went to their house before their brother's wedding. 6 faces, but 15 was hard. And then I did 16 because it was my little sister's gender reveal. So right after I left Stony Brook, I went to do her makeup. That day was crazy.
Do you feel like the long hours like that take a toll on you?
Um,
or you just like it?
They do because I'm not a morning person, so it's like I had to get up really early for
all
like
the weddings.
Yeah, and even the show at Stony Brook, I had to get up like earlier than I wake up for work. I'm like, oh my gosh. But on one hand, it's easier to wake up for that than it is to wake up for work because you want to do that. But it's like I was doing makeup from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That like, yeah, it's fun, but how fun could it really be? But that's why I try to get my sister over here to come around and help me, like be like my sous chef, help me out. But you definitely need a team when you're doing like big faces and stuff like that. Like I have a wedding coming up in August, and I'm gonna need like for time management. You just need
weddings
somebody.
Are a lot.
Yeah.
Like doing the wedding, I've been in 2 or 3 weddings now, and literally the craziest part is like the hair and makeup because sometimes depending on the bride, most of my brides haven't been bad so far, but sometimes they want you to start at like 5 a.m. The wedding's at like 4.
Yeah.
So like you also have to like think about how the makeup is gonna last on the first
Yep.
girl
Yep.
and all that
And
stuff.
then do touch-ups when you're
And
done.
then do touch
Like,
ups. Oh
no.
my god, no.
But
Tell you right now, I ain't starting at 7 a.m. for my
right,
wedding.
right, right. So, do you do makeup?
I do my own. I used to
Nice.
do my friends' makeup a lot. Like I love it so much. I
Yeah.
should go back to doing it, um,
We
but I just
should do
stopped.
like a class tutorial thing where you like teach me everything you know, and I teach you the little bit that I know. Part two.
It's
That would be cool. But that's good. It's always good to like it's good that you like doing it.
just so relaxing to me.
Yeah. That's the
I
only
I
thing.
love getting my makeup done too. Like even like when I was younger, I was such a tomboy, but I'm both. I'm like such a tomboy, and I love full glam shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'll be in sweatpants, but I'm gonna be full glam.
That's funny because me too. Like I will be comfy, relaxed, but you don't know I'm about to go put on makeup on, and I might leave this outfit on, but I'm still gonna put the makeup on.
I got my hair done when I was little. Like my mom used to always take me all around with her. She would always like take me to get my hair done, my nails, like all of my everything. She would take me with her everywhere she
Nice.
went. And this one guy, like that used to do my hair when I was like young, like I was like 10 years old, and they were taking me to a play at the Bellport like theater,
Wow.
and my mom was like, "Oh, let's get her makeup done, like
Wow,
pretend it's
that's
like a
so
thing."
nice.
So the guy did it, and he was like, "As long as you have your hair and your makeup done, it doesn't matter what you wear." And I literally held on to that my whole entire
Wow.
life
I think that's so true though.
because of it. And now I'll go anywhere in anything.
Yeah.
Oh
So funny. It makes you feel different.
my
It's a
gosh,
pick
it
me up.
does.
Like on your worst day, if you beat your face, you're gonna feel good when you walk out.
I'm a celebrity when
Regardless.
my
Right.
makeup is done.
Literally.
I will walk. I'll go somewhere. I look completely different. I feel like without like makeup on,
Yeah.
even though I really don't. Like
Right.
I love myself with makeup.
Feel like a different person when I don't have it on, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like myself when it's on.
Yep. Like the people that work. So I work in a hospital, and some of them, like I'm very like strict there, kind of.
Mhm.
So they don't really know crazy cat's out the bag cat.
Yeah.
So they all have been watching this now because it's like getting out there,
Ooh.
and I do not wear makeup at in the hospital because I have to like put a mask on and off and
Yeah.
stuff. So like it's
That would be crazy.
pointless. Now they're all like, "Who is she? Who
Yeah.
is this girl?" They think I have like multiple personalities.
That's so cool. Did like one person see it at work and then the rest like
Yeah. So the craziest part is I've been on workers' comp for a year. I just went back this week.
Oh, nice.
These people have been watching.
Wow.
So, but if you've seen the show, you know I say crazy ass shit on this show.
Yeah.
So like managers are coming up to me and they're like, "We watch your show," and I was like, "Oh my god,
Get
what
outta
episode?"
here.
All the people, the housekeepers know who I am now because it's been circulating, and I have a lot of like fans in Riverhead, like in like the East End, and the whole hospital's seen it, but they've seen the dirty ones.
Stop! You're watching the wrong ones.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just did a great interview with one of the nurse managers that work at the hospital. So I think she even like showed it more.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, show yours.
Yeah, please do. Was that the one with the music?
Where I played the music?
No.
She's a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm. She went to
That's
high
so
school at
cool.
age 10.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
She blew me away. She blew me out of my seat.
Yeah.
I was like,
Were you like friends with her before you asked her like come on?
she was like, she works with me. She's a nurse at my job, but she was a musician and like a drummer. And I was like, she's in this band called like the International Women in Reggae.
Wow.
And they do all this touring. And I was like, Ariane, I gotta get you on the pod. They're
That's
like
so cool.
doing all this stuff. And I was like, she said yes. I was like, come on.
That's awesome. That's the only thing about the pod. It's so fun, but honestly, after I got off the pod the first time with you guys,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, no, no. But it's so much fun. So I can't even. But it's like definitely stuff that it's like you want to watch the crowd. But yeah,
I'm used to it now. Once I realized so my grandpa started finding, he's old, he's an old head, but he somehow found out how to get onto the YouTube.
get out of here. He's watching it.
Oh my god,
That's
is
so
he? So in
cute.
my Christmas card, he wrote like,
So supportive.
"Watch the f bombs."
Oh yeah. No, honestly, when I was on, and it was just when I was on even Culture Shock the other week, I watched the episode and I'm like, why didn't you guys tell me I curse so much?
I curse so much, so bad.
And it's so fluent. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that I was that bad. But yeah, definitely working on it.
I curse so much.
Sorry to the viewers.
Yeah. Oh
whose
my
ears
gosh.
I hurt.
I have to stop because I was noticing like, I was like, if I want this to get signed, which I do eventually, if you're looking to sign me, please do.
Right, sign cap.
Um, I'm like, a lot of them bleep out their curse words, and
okay.
I can go in and edit them, but I've been telling
Okay.
everyone to like
Try to not, yeah.
try and not drop the f bomb
Because it's also hard editing, right?
Oh yeah.
I heard.
Usually mine are just live. I won't edit anything
Oh,
out
really?
unless you say you get messy and you say like your old ex's name and you really don't want it in there.
Yeah.
Then like
You'll
if
go
I
in and
like
get
you,
it out.
I'll go in and I'll edit it out. If not, it's staying in there.
Right. Right.
Because I leave my messy shit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love a good lid too. What is since you work 2 jobs essentially, what is like a off for you?
This past Sunday that I just had, I realized I was a real life couch potato. I'm like, you gotta get up, get out the couch. So a perfect day off would be waking up, doing a little bit of, getting to pray and meditate, having a nice hot bowl of porridge. Yeah, I love porridge. Having a nice hot cup of tea, maybe a spliff, beep that out. And then binge watching something that's really good. Maybe something like informational, and then after that, Ratchet TV.
What are you binge watching right now? What's your favorite show to binge watch?
Right now, I just finished. Well, I'm not all the way caught up. I missed last week, but Basketball Wives. I don't always watch
the older ones.
The new one.
Ooh.
Now that Evelyn and Jen are friends again, that's why I kind of like wanted to watch this season. She
I
watches.
didn't know
My
they
sister
were.
watches all of them. Yeah. So and Evelyn like really loves her again. So I'm like, no, I gotta watch this and see what's going on. So that's the last thing I was like really binge watching. But I do need a new show to watch. What are you watching?
I don't watch reality TV too much, but I used to watch that show.
Yeah.
And I stopped because it was getting like too messy.
Yeah.
And then they were losing me. Like their
Yeah,
storylines were
it
like
did get really messy.
going dud, so I just stopped. So I definitely didn't know that they were friends again.
Yeah, but then even with that, there's more drama, so it's still gonna be messy if you tune in again.
Right now I'm watching Grey's Anatomy from the beginning.
Oh, nice. I want to because I heard it had a really great ending, and I'm mad that I wasn't caught up, so I would have to start from the beginning.
I never watched it fully through.
Yeah.
I only would watch it like randomly if it was on TV. So it's a commitment.
Me too,
because
actually.
It's 19 seasons.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking
The
commitment.
longest show running or something,
oh
right?
my gosh. And they're 45-minute episodes. Like,
right. It's not
really,
like 30 minutes. You gotta invest.
Like, I feel like I'm a doctor now. Like,
Yeah.
I went back to work the other day and I was like ready to scrub in for surgery.
Yeah. That's so funny. What hospital are you at?
Peconic Bay.
You like it?
Back. I've been off. I was off for a year. I hurt my back. So I was very nervous to go back my first day, but I love my job. Like, I was missing it. I'm very much like when I work, I like to work a lot, like a workaholic. So being off was nice in the summertime. Being stuck in the house in the winter, though, not it.
How long was it all the way?
From January to January.
Dang.
Yep.
But not to like, I know back issues are like no joke. My mom had like 2 back surgeries, but Um, will you say that like when did you start Cats Out the Bag? What's funny is my brother knew about you before I even came on the show, and he mentioned you, and I'm like, he mentioned like seeing the pod. In all honesty, I didn't really know, but like people have been watching and following
November,
you.
yeah.
Just this past November.
No, no,
Oh, I was
no.
gonna say
Last
what?
November, I think my 1 year of Cats of the Bag just passed.
Wow!
It
Congratulations.
did give me a lot more time to focus on
Right.
this.
Yeah. So did you start it? Yeah, you started it before you got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Started it. We had a different studio then,
Okay. Where was
and
it?
the other studio was different. So like we had a table we sat at, and I kind of missed that. Like
I do remember that.
I liked the table some, like in some now, like we have more camera angles, we have real
Okay.
cameras. We definitely upgraded. Because we're finally alone. Like before, we shared a studio with a guy that was a weirdo.
Really?
Um, so I like that we're here now that we're alone.
Yeah.
It feels like hours now.
That's good. Congrats.
But I miss that fucking table
Yeah.
sometimes. Cause like you didn't even need to wear like pants if you really
Yeah.
didn't want to. Like it literally only caught from your titties up.
No, this it's so
All I
bad.
had to do was like, cause I do full glam on my pods because like I don't want my double chin in the photo, so I'll fucking contour my whole neck.
That's so funny.
And like with the table, you really only needed to like do your makeup and like wear a shirt.
That's so good because I have so much trouble coming on this damn
Mm-hmm.
pod. It's like
So
you're
now
gonna see
you run
full
out of clothes
body,
quick.
literally, and then
So I just started wearing all black.
literally. Good point.
Wear all black and like I'll change my jackets out now that it's winter. So I'll do
Yeah.
like a black bodysuit, black sweats, change my jacket out.
Definitely gives like leggings kind of vibe because I can't keep coming up with things to wear. No one has that many clothes.
No. Nope. Eventually I'm gonna get like I'm in the works to get sweat outfits and stuff that we could wear
Nice.
regularly on here and stuff.
That's cool.
But I'm trying to like work with people that I could get like to sponsor it.
Nice, yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. We're giving out free promo. If you are a small business, you want to come on here, come on here.
And it's a great place to be. I love the energy. I love the discussions. Great people.
It's so much fun too.
It is. I didn't even know like it was gonna be a like. It looks fun when you watch other people doing it, but I was so nervous. I didn't think that I would enjoy it because I like psych myself out of things. But
yeah,
once you actually like realize that you're like just chopping it up with your friends, it's pretty cool.
you forget like everybody's first time on the camera, like with that light.
Yeah,
It makes you nervous.
It does.
Like my first time, I remember I got a little nervous. Now I'm like I miss it when I don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like journaling out loud, kind of.
Right. It's funny because I like didn't really talk to much people like after high school and stuff like that. So it honestly like feels like you're like gaining a community back, like of friends.
Oh,
so
yep.
it's like, wow, I get to see my friends today. I don't want anyone to hear that because then they're gonna think I like them. Screw you, Pat.
Yeah. So like Ben and all of his friends, like they've all been friends for what, like I feel like their whole lives.
Yeah.
It's just like them.
I love their group.
For them, like
it.
to have another thing like with like their Fame Gang shit being on. I feel like it's so important.
Shout out to Fame Gang.
Yeah. The real ones know.
Right. It's definitely cool. You'll definitely get a lot of good people, good guests, good conversations.
Hopefully this will turn into a network. It will actually, not hopefully.
It's turning into it.
It's definitely it's on its way. So let's see. Do you get told a lot of tea when you do people's makeup?
Yeah, I do. It's like you'll sit there with somebody and it's like, oh, we're friends? Because it's just a time where you don't realize how much you want to talk.
Yeah.
Like, it's about life, regular stuff, like what events they're going to. Because a lot of people, like maybe going to dinner or going to your birthday event or something like that. But you really get a look into people's lives. Like,
Yeah.
and they don't even realize. I mean, which is something you should be able to do. Like, you should be able to come to your stylist and confide. Sorry, cameras.
Mhm.
And like be comfortable. So it's pretty cool to be like a safe space for people at times, and like a getaway, like moms getting away from their kids,
Yep.
getting their makeup done. Like some of my friends, like they'll come get their makeup done. And it's like, girl, don't you gotta go? They're like, ah, I guess so.
I just love this. What do you think your biggest pet peeve is while doing this?
um, bad time for me to say this, but people with teary eyes. Right before I do under your eyes right now. Do you have teary eyes?
I guess we'll find out.
I know.
She's like,
right, you know. Look up.
when it runs.
Yeah. But no, I shouldn't say that. I'm just being funny because you can't control that, but right. But it does set us back a bit, you know? So I could like get to the end of a face and it's like, "Oh no, I'm tearing up." You have teary eyes a bit, but they're not like watering. They're just teary. Let me know if this is uncomfortable. Better at that than you think. That's great. Good. No, some people cry, so
Oh
you're
no.
good. Yeah, no. Like you'll
You
cry
can
and
get
then I
in
literally
there.
have to do under your eyes again.
It doesn't hurt me. I just have teary eyes, I think. Because even when I get my lashes done, I've
Yeah, I was
noticed
gonna say.
I can't feel the glue burning me. But the
Yeah.
other day she was doing it. We shot a video and she's like, "You're like crying," and she was like, "Is this hurting you?" I was like, "No, it's just, I guess my got a sensitive duct."
Yeah. But I guess I don't really have a lot of pet peeves. The only thing I would say I guess is like saying you don't know what you want and you don't mind what I do, and then when I do it,
You don't like it.
like if you didn't want glam, you should have said that because I just did glam because you said you didn't care. So, you know, I mean, but I know some people, you know, maybe they don't expect. Also, when people say they want soft glam and they don't, because a lot of people say they want soft glam, they'll show a picture and it's like, girl, that's full glam.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to know what you want. And then you can't expect for me to make you look like someone else. I'm going to do this look on your face, but you're still going to look like yourself.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, you got to be happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have unrealistic expectations, but I get it.
I feel like people don't even know what soft glam is.
Yeah. I feel like it's something made up too, though, because it's like.
Anything more than skin tint is full glam to me.
Right. Literally. You're getting your makeup done. What type of lip colors do you like?
I normally do like nude truffle from NYX with like a ombre-ish thing, and then I'll put like gloss on it, like over the mat. If your clients could say one thing about you, what do you think they would say? I know what I'm gonna say, but I want to hear what you think they're gonna say.
I would think that people would first notice me for my professionalism. As much as like I'm a girl's girl, and you know, but regardless of who I'm with, who I'm talking to, whatever we're doing, I'm gonna make sure that it's like business first. So, yeah, we're girls, but I'm here to provide a service. So I want it to be not like me just providing a service as your friend. Like I want to still take that same care as if you were a stranger. So I think it would be that, and I think people notice that I have good hygiene. Like when it comes to like products and stuff like that, like we're using like tools for your lips and stuff like that. Like I'm not reusing stuff on clients. Um,
I'm
and
gonna
I guess
start
that would be
coughing in a
around
second. Sorry, cameras. Seriously. Can you let him in the door? I'll have to cut this out. What the hell? Holy shit. I got a tear coming.
Yeah.
Come on, girl. Sorry, everyone. Where were we? Um, if you could change one thing about your job, what do you think it would be?
I think it would be. I think it would be. Um, I would make it full time if I had the power to just do this every day, all day. That's what I would do. I would skip real life and be a makeup artist full time. But I don't know. I guess that would be it. Just doing it more.
If now that I am a client,
Mm-hmm.
you do have really good hygiene.
Thank you.
Like I feel clean. If that
Right,
makes sense.
right, right.
I feel like I was
Like
just
yeah,
clean.
you just don't have to worry. Like you shouldn't
Mhm.
have to worry about like are my eyes gonna itch after this. Granted, anything could happen. Like I'm not
Mhm.
like, but like you want to know that you're in good hands at least. I think.
It's not your fault if they have an allergic reaction. Anything.
Right. I had someone come to me after getting a facial, and I'm like,
Mm.
why would you do that? But it's funny because before I started, I kind of had a feeling. I'm like, have you done this before? Like, have you gotten your makeup done after a facial? And she kind of was like, yeah, no, it's cool, but I shouldn't have did her makeup. So I did it. It came out fine, but then like I'm like a weirdo. Like after you leave, I'm gonna be thinking about it. And I went on Google, and Google actually said like you're not supposed to do anything until like 24 hours. So I text her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like if anything happens, but we weren't supposed to do that. So just like keep me updated. Let me know you're good. But I didn't know. Learning experience.
Yeah.
She said she was fine, but
She like bust out in the hives or something.
so when I first started, I was doing her lids. I seen a small hive, but it went away.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have experimented, but nothing else happened after that. But most people, like some people might have been like, oh no, I can't do this just because of that. But like I said, definitely a learning experience because even if someone insists, you should probably say,
Yeah, because
not,
how
I'm
would
not
you
really supposed
even
to do that.
know?
Yeah. So, but yeah, when you hive, like, it's a good indicator of, something's wrong.
Have you ever gotten like negative feedback? And if you did, like, do you let it discourage you?
Um,
Discourage.
Knock on wood, but thankfully so far I haven't gotten any, right, thank you. Any negative feedback, and I know that there right now wouldn't be any out there because all of my clients have reoccurred. Like they came back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's what lets me know, like, all right, I must have did a good job. You're booking me again. So every time someone leaves, like ask my sister, like, I will follow you out of my door. Like making sure like everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like, did I do this right? So like I try, but then I also when I'm done with someone's makeup, I ask them, like, please tell me, like, if there's anything you don't like, don't get up. What's going
What's in the air?
right? But the air did just come on. It might be like blowing dust.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Cat, what do you do to me?
Sorry. I'm passing it around.
Cat's out the bag.
Cat is out of the bag.
But yeah, no negative feedback, and I would hope that like if someone didn't like what I did, they would tell me and not just like walk around with it. But when people post, if I see like you're not afraid to post the look that I did, I'm like, all right, so we're good. Because there's been times where I got my makeup done, and it's like I'm not posting this.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's any negative feedback, let me know, girlies. But at the same time, I also know that I'm not the best. I haven't been doing this for 9 years like other
Yeah.
people. So I want the constructive criticism. Like, I'm open to that. I would hope that, like, if you really care, you should give feedback. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, just remember, like, I'm a regular person. Be nice.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
Don't be an asshole. Was on the other end, is there ever a
Mhm.
situation that made you feel like proud to do this? Like one that could like stick out?
I had this one lady that she called me back for 3 weekends in a row. I'm like, wow. And to me, it was surprising because I'm Guyanese, so she happened to be Guyanese also, and I
Mm-hmm.
just know how like my relatives are and stuff like that. Like we're picky people, so the fact that she invited me back 3 times and had me in her house 3 times, I'm like, it obviously says a lot about me that she keeps and she's paying me every time, tipping me and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, wow, like I must be doing something right. If and she's an older lady, so older ladies,
Yeah.
they're not always gonna trust everything you do. They're not always, gonna like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So she did like tell me like I contoured her nose a little bit too much. She's like, no, I have a big nose. Like do it differently. So, but she let me fix it. Whereas most people would just be like, no, like she didn't do it right just
Oh,
because
so
of
she's
one little
really
thing.
supportive. That
Really
means.
supportive, yeah. So it's just that was really nice because she her daughters recommended me to her, but I never did her daughter's makeup. Her daughter only seen me off Instagram. So
Oh.
she recommended me and me and the lady hit it off. I'm like, wow. And then she had me so I went there the like 3 weekends in a row and then I did her makeup for her 60th birthday party and I did like her nieces and her daughter and her cousin. So that was like all word of mouth. Everyone's just coming to me that day to do their makeup. So that was like really that encouragement was really great because it was a room full of women who were extremely picky
Yeah.
and it worked. So
What advice do you think you would give to someone that's like trying to start their own business?
um, I would tell them to just try it. Just go for it. Just try it. You're not gonna know until you actually do it.
I didn't. I was gonna. I wasn't gonna peek, but I
No,
just did,
I
and
was
I
gonna
love it.
give
Yeah,
you this too. Let me know what you think, especially since you do your makeup all the time. Like
I love
I
it.
tried to.
But my eyebrows are uneven.
Are they?
A little,
One's
just the
coming in
height.
more, right?
Just the height. This is a good lid. This is a great lid. I need to
You
get my
mean this way,
lashes
right?
in. Yep.
What do you mean by height? That
Mhm. And then just. Oh no, that's good. That's perfect.
eyebrows literally the hardest. The
Mhm.
hardest.
I know. If you can contour me a little bit more
Yeah.
because
I do notice that you like do like a deep
I love a
contour. Yeah.
contour. I like to be chiseled
Just on your cheeks or like
everywhere. You don't really need to do my nose,
okay.
but my cheekbones and my chin. Um, I forget the question I was even asking. Oh, if you had advice to give anyone that's like just starting a business.
Um, don't get too in your head. Try it. Don't do it for the money because there's no money in it. Like especially when you're just starting, there's no
Mm-hmm.
money. You're doing it because you love it. So if you're doing it to like make a profit, you're already working backwards. Um, invest your time in it. Learn skills from other people. Don't think you know everything because there's always something to learn. Like with makeup, things are always changing. There's always new products, and you want to keep up with times. Um, be open to different styles. Um, be open to different clients. Uh, and try to find your niche. Get comfortable with it. I mean, it's not gonna be the amount of times that I've done makeup, like, and for like a year straight, I would be nervous every time. Like, even like I was surprised I wasn't nervous when I started this because I think after Stony Brook, after I did that showcase, I shook the nerves, but I'm nervous every time and I don't know why, but it's because I want to do a good job. I want
Yeah.
people to like what I do. So, but if I let that scare me, then I wouldn't have learned everything I
Mm-hmm.
learned along the way because I would have stopped. Like it would have enabled me in a way. So, take your time, and it'll come together. Practice, 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 whatever it is. Hair, makeup, lashes. Work on your craft.
I used to do like the paintings for people, like for money, and I feel like once the money was involved, I'm gonna cough again because this fucking sucks. Once the money was involved, I feel like that's when I got nervous because I was like, oh my god, what if now they paid me and they're gonna get this and they're gonna hate it?
Right. Has that
But
ever happened?
no.
Yeah.
So like you psych yourself out
Yeah.
because you have to realize like these people want you because of how you do it.
Right. They're coming to you for a reason.
They're coming to you for your style. So like even like I would be like get so in my head like I need to change the way I write. Like I would paint certain things on the canvas, like the words a certain way, and I would be like maybe I shouldn't do this. I should change it. But then I was like I can't because this is what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want it done this way. It's all about getting out of your head.
Right.
You could get so wrapped up in it.
It's like with like job interviews. I'll go on interviews and I'll be so nervous, but they called you for the interview because they seen your resume.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's a lot of jobs that I didn't get, and it's because I know I was too nervous during the interview. You psych yourself out. Like
Yep.
you gotta just find a way to be comfortable with your craft. Sometimes you are what people think you are, whether
Yep.
you believe it or not.
Exactly. That's really what happens because I feel like sometimes people like will believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
Yep.
That's what sucks.
Like for a while I didn't think I was good, and what really like let me know that I might have been like on the right track is because my cousin does her own makeup and she does it so great. But she wanted me to like do her makeup for her 25th. I'm like, why? If you look flawless every time you do your makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister, I know she's a perfectionist and she's not going to go to anybody just to do anything. So she could encourage, like, I thought she was encouraging me because she was my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized, like, oh, I do a good job when I do your makeup. So even that, like, gave me a boost, like, keep going, keep practicing, keep working on it. And every time I do it, it gets better. So whether or not, did her makeup great last year, like, next time I do it, it's going to be even better.
Yep.
Next time I do my cousin's makeup, it's going to be even better. So it gets better every time, but you got to have that confidence. Confidence is key. Fake it till you make it, honestly. Is that better contour? Cat's out
My
the
eyes
bag.
look so nice. I love a good lid. I gotta get this little dot though. How long did it take you to build this kit?
So, when I got my certification, I got a kit in the mail. It came with like a lot of Makeup Forever products, which is a great product. Makeup Forever is good, but I noticed that it wasn't for all skin tones and types. So
It definitely runs on the matter side.
right, and that's what a lot of people can't do matte on their face.
Mhm.
So I really had to start building the kit off of what I would see now on Instagram, what the big makeup artists, what products they're using when they do faces, like from Skin Prep, because Skin Prep is so important. And especially with Makeup Forever, if you go in to with a Makeup Forever product and you didn't prep the skin right,
Clubs.
it's a crap show.
Yeah.
So I had to first figure out what they were using as, like bases, primers, and stuff like that. And then Makeup Forever is great. I love their concealer. It's their foundation that's not pigmented enough for me. So I started using NARS because one of the makeup artists I used to go to used NARS on me, and that gave me a nice glow. NARS is very expensive, so you got to find something that's like in that range that's similar. So I use for my kit. Sometimes I would use in between NARS and Maybelline Fit Me.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a similar.
I love Fit Me. I love the whole
it's great
line.
And then also the Too Faced. Too Faced has very good concealer. And then they even have good foundation. So the kit was halfway built for me, but I had to start adding products based on what I noticed with my clients and their skin and stuff like that. So it just got bigger over time, but I'm still building it now because even though you have products, you might see something, you just want to go buy it because you want to try it.
Yeah.
And, certain things for certain clients and certain things you use for other clients. So I have a whole like chest of makeup at home, and it's like something I can't get away from. So I have like this kit that I would carry around, but depending on what I'm doing, I may carry around the rolling chest or something like that. But there's makeup everywhere, so the
Will
kit
you
never stops
interchange
building.
stuff for like each client?
Yeah,
Like, do you
yeah.
have stuff for makeup, and then if you were to do like someone at home?
Yes. So like I do my clients mostly I do at home. So if I do travel like to a photo shoot and do makeup or something like that, um I'm taking the smaller products. The bigger products I'm gonna leave at home, but it's generally speaking the same things. Sometimes it would just be maybe a travel size so I could fit it. Um, oh, I didn't even set you. Speaking of travel size, so I'm gonna spray your face. Um, Sometimes it'll just be a travel size of the same thing, or sometimes I have to, depending on what clients I have. Most of the time, I could fit a lot of my full size stuff, but it just depends. Sometimes I do interchange things a lot though. Sometimes I walk around with like two setting powders just because like you never know like what type of skin you're getting and stuff like that. So sometimes you gotta stuff it all in there, but I
Yeah.
used to walk around with so much stuff, but then I seen a makeup artist at my friend's wedding, and when they were leaving, I'm like, "Where's all your stuff?" And apparently, it was right on them, like in one little small bag. So I'm like, I guess I'm walking around with too many products. I guess it doesn't take all that. So I've been trying to learn how to like condense everything as I travel, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not always easy. Sometimes I have OCD and I need to have everything on me just in case.
Just in case.
So sometimes you'll see me walking around with a lot of stuff, and sometimes I'll just have like a little my small box. But yeah, I'm also gonna set you with one more thing since I know you're gonna be
Set away.
working. This Holy Grail one size until
Mm.
dawn. Loving this. It's so strong though.
What are your favorite brands to use on yourself?
NARS and Too Faced. Um, NARS, Too Faced. I love Morphe setting spray. Um, and Makeup Forever concealer. So I go between the Makeup Forever concealer and the Too Faced concealer, but it's really between those brands. Um, Fenty works great for my sister. Doesn't work great for me. So you would think that it would be the same thing, but no. So you really gotta like find what works for you
Mm-hmm.
and try different things. Sometimes I'll use Maybelline. Sometimes I'll use NARS. Sometimes I'll use something I've never heard of. So I do still find at times I'm still like practicing on myself and working on how I do my makeup on my own face because um, every time I do it, it may be different. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also like a learning process. I'm like learning what I like on my own face, and it helps me when I'm doing, someone else's face to like, so I'll do all the experimenting on me. So by the time I get to a client, it's like, all right, I should do this. Like, but it wasn't easy. Sometimes I would just in the beginning I would just be flustered and nervous.
Yeah.
But now that I'm learning to find what works for me, because like Too Faced, I feel like is universal. So regardless of the skin type,
Mm-hmm.
if you have the right color, you should be able to work with that with any face. So it's just getting comfortable with your products, really. Um, Getting comfortable with your craft and then getting comfortable with your products, and that comes by learning. It's something that's gonna be you're always gonna be learning it. You're never gonna be done, regardless of how good you are. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the best makeup artists I've seen some of the best makeup artists go take classes with someone who's in the same category as them. But that's
Mm-hmm.
just because they do it differently. There might be something she does to make it easier that I could start doing to make my process quicker. So you never know. Like don't count anyone out.
Yeah. I recently started using Clinique.
Yeah.
I'll use Clinique in here in the inner corner and the outer corner, and then I'll do Too Faced in the middle,
Yeah. Okay.
like a bright, bright, bright Too Faced, and then like Clinique that's like more my skin tone. I use so much shit.
Not to shade Clinique, but I would use their face wash, and for some reason it was breaking me out. I'm like, what in the world? So I stopped. But I didn't know that they had like,
I used to only use them because they have this moisturizer that's like amazing. It's like
yeah,
Moisture Surge.
hmm,
It's almost like a serum. It's so nice. And
yeah,
then my mom had the concealer, and I started using hers, and then I started getting it myself because I love Too Faced too, and
Yeah.
like the NARS, the pot concealer.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Everything's so expensive. I heard there was like
So
some sort of
expensive.
warehouse though that you can go to and like buy stuff in bulk. So I'm still trying to figure out when I'm gonna do that, but the prices are crazy.
Do you ever like teach classes yet, or you're not at that level?
So I actually taught two classes so far. My first class had six students, six girlies, and the second class had four, um, three, four including my sister. But I've done two already, and it was just to teach the basics of skin prep, skincare. It's really important to drink water. People don't know that. Like, this makeup means nothing if your skin's dry. So,
Mhm.
just teaching like basic stuff that you're just not gonna hear on Instagram or YouTube. Or you may not notice that they said it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But so it was really about skin prep, and it was to do like everyday looks, like a look you could run to work with and stuff like that. So I had one class where we did like a simple look, and then I taught them that if you wanted to like step it up to full glam at the nighttime, just simple adding shimmer to the eyelids, smoking it out.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, so the girls were really happy about that. They actually got to learn a lot. And then they'll like do their makeup and tag me like, "Hey, look what I did," and that's pretty cool because
Yeah.
obviously you could have went to somebody and paid $2,000 to take a 2 hour class,
Yeah.
but there's still things you could learn that are like simple that you can do every day, and you don't So that worked. I was really happy about that.
Do you think you're gonna want to continue doing that?
The classes are really cool. I would want to continue. I would want to do it on a bigger scale. My goal now is to, like I was talking about with you, I want to try to do a class where I collab with someone else,
Mhm.
and we have different segments of where we might be teaching the same thing but collectively. So like I'll say how I do it, she says how she does it,
Mhm.
and the audience could decide what they think would be best for them to do, because there's more than one way to do anything that you're doing. So
Yep.
I want to collab with somebody so that that's also going to make it a bigger session. Also, you get your clients who want to learn from you, I get my clients who want to learn from me, but we can come in a big room and all talk it out. It's really cute, like girls' time, like you said, like self care and stuff like that. When
It's like a sleepover.
it's fun, it's super
Mhm.
fun. So
We
like
could
the
do
first
that.
class, yeah, I had like snacks and refreshments. We took a break, like it was really nice. We took pictures at the end. I had like giveaways, like giving away makeup products and stuff like that for
Mhm.
like remembering what I said. Like, what did I say before about this? And they're like, all right, so you were listening, you get a prize. But it's really cool. Something that I would want to keep doing. Um, if this does, you feel me, like blow up, it could be something where I'll have my studio and I could have people come in for private lessons and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So it's definitely something that I like teaching. Um, I like encouraging women to feel beautiful, because you don't realize that you can change your day. Like, you
Yep.
don't have to go to somebody to provide the service. It's great to get the service done for you, but if you
Mhm.
knew how to make yourself feel better by a little blush, a little mascara, um, that's enough. And we don't realize that we don't put enough time into ourselves. We're busy with work, school, kids, or whatever it is. Um, but you always need to, like, take time for yourself,
Yeah.
do something for yourself, and it's definitely self care, self love. So I would love to keep spreading it around to women and
My
encouraging
mom would
them to
take
do
that
it.
class.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Mhm.
I would love that. My aunts were telling me, they're like, do another one. We want to be in it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So yeah, that would be fun. We should definitely plan it.
Yeah. That's a good
But
idea.
yeah,
So for
your face looks so cute. I
the
like
people that
it.
want to find you after this, because we're coming up to the
Yes.
end, tell them where they can find you. Everything.
I'm on Instagram at Beat by Xar. Um, Also Xar the Ruler, but my makeup page is Beat by Xar. I'm only on Instagram right now. I'm also on TikTok, but I don't post too much. But if you want to book, DM me. If you want to book a class, DM me on Instagram, and we can set something up.
Thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you for
I
having
definitely want
me.
to do part two. My mind is running with ideas
Yeah,
right
that'll
now.
be great. I love that. I love that. Definitely love to be on Cats Out the Bag. Thank you for having me,
Yes,
and I'll see you guys again soon.
this won't be the last time she's here.
Awesome, awesome,
But it's time to go. We have to press end record.
awesome.
from our new camera woman.
Yes. Shout out.
Finish. And then end.
I'm gonna put this.
Okay.